Hi, and welcome back to my channel. This is Stasia Bliss, where we talk about Kundalini awakenings and managing our life force energy. I am here today in southern Utah, like I said I was going to be. I'm on this back road here that my client, who I just got to see, and client and friend, gave me a little back road tip to get home. So I'm out here amongst the majestic mountain peaks and red rocks and beautiful things. Just really feeling the presencing that beautiful nature brings. And something very important for our practice, I want to roast myself, for our practice with our life force energy, I'm moving myself all around, is to make sure and give ourselves ample time to connect with the elements. We are made up of all the elements. That is our entire makeup. The basis and philosophy behind like Ayurveda and Vastu and a lot of these Eastern arts is the understanding that if our body's elemental harmony is out of whack, that's what causes dis-ease in the body, right? And so to bring ourselves back into elemental harmony again can be as simple as being in the elements, right? Going out and being in the elements. I'm going to find another place to stop, but I just wanted to pause and show you that beautiful view. Hey, hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Stasia Bliss. We're talking about Kundalini awakenings and life force management here on this channel. Today I am at the beautiful Kolob Reservoir. It is way up here in the mountains of Utah. Had some inspiration by, a friend client who I came down to see for this Memorial Day, who gave me a tip on heading back home through this beautiful forest way up high in the Utah mountains. So I'm just soaking in the elevation and the beauty and this awesome reservoir. And what's interesting is, having grown up Mormon, which I did, they call the realm of where God lives Kolob. Its own planet or star is Kolob. And so this area is actually named after the home of God. So I find that interesting and beautiful as I'm up here. It really is God's country. So fresh and so pure and beautiful. The water is just absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, I just wanted to pop on and bring you some love from the realm of the gods today. And yeah, just soak in the nature today if you can, wherever you are, and know that wherever you are is God's country, is God's land, is the creation of a divine source of which you are a part. You are a part of this beautiful nature. And when we get out into it and we connect in whatever way that we do, even if we're just looking and breathing, then we are helping to remember. And this does balance our system. It balances our nervous system. It calms the stresses of the everyday, of the city life, of technology. Even though I'm using technology to share this moment with you, I actually don't have cell service or any Wi-Fi that I can reach up here. So I'm just recording this onto my phone, which I'll translate to you later. But it is really nice to get away from it all and soak in and tune into the natural vibes that nature has to offer. So yeah, it's really, really a lovely space. So maybe we'll take this down by the water. I don't know, let me see what I can do. Okay, welcome back. So an interesting thing has occurred on this trip. So I stopped you at a couple of spots. The goal was to go the back roads past Kolob Reservoir, where we just were down some dirt roads and into the back way to Cedar City. Got my kombucha here. But because it's just the end of May, the winter conditions on the roads made it so some of those dirt roads are actually closed. So I went about 2 hours north this way from the St. George hurricane area where I was, and now I have to go back and go the regular highway the way I came down. And so it's fine, because I have seen some exquisite country out here, some beautiful country, beautiful red rocks. Zion's National Park is back there behind me. I'm actually in Zion's National Park right now. If we do a little sweep, this is the lesser known, not the part where you're paying to take the tram through it, but all of this beautiful country. So I'm not at all upset. But I do find it very much like life, that we'll get synchronicities, we'll even get messages like, hey, we need to go this way. And we might second guess. Like, I actually got on the highway first and started to drive, and then I was like, why am I passing up this beautiful back road opportunity? I know it's a couple hours out of my way, but I love to be in nature versus on the interstate, so why not? I don't really have anything pressing. You know, my kids are safe and everything. So it's been a while since I've had a little drive with myself. So I was like, oh, you know, what the hell, let's go. And so, yes, I didn't stop at this spot before. And it's glorious. It's probably harder for you to see because it's on a smaller screen, but it's absolutely dimensionally awesome out here. And you know, as I'm driving through this way, I'm thinking, you know, I probably won't go this way again. Like, maybe, but probably not. We'll just see. And so I'm seeing country that I'm maybe never going to drive through like this again. And so the dirt road was like, you know, I'm glad I got my four-wheel drive. And we had some good back road, and it got a little bit like, you know, obviously the rain and snow has torn up the road a little bit. Not like completely undoable, but you know, we got to the place where it was and we had to turn back. So again, like life, sometimes we feel like we're on the journey. Even if we second guess ourselves, we're like, no, this is the way I'm being directed. And we go, and there's some beautiful things, and then we get to a place and we're like, oh no, like I can't go forward this way anymore, be it in a job, be it in a relationship, you know, or on a road trip or whatever. And you have to backtrack. You have to go backwards in a way. And I say backwards, like we're always going forward, but we revisit sometimes some of the same scenes or some of the same situations on our way out, so to speak. And it's almost like, it's like a retrograde with a planet. It goes through a zone and then it goes back through that same zone, but now it's in like remembrance mode, memory mode, like renewal, like revisit, like how are you going to look at that anew? Like what opportunities are you going to take this time that you didn't take last time this was offered, you know? Because by the time I get back to the main town, you know, it's just a straight shot home, right? So we often take, or at least I hope you do, take experiential life journeys that are memorable and give you some experiences that you haven't had. And maybe you look back at your life and some of the things where you're like, I can't believe I did that, I got so off track, or I went down this crazy road, or this crazy thing happened to me. Maybe you can now look back at those times and see the treasures along the way that maybe you just swooped by, you know, on your way to, you know, the destination point. But then on the way unspiraling from that event, you realize, oh my God, like there's glorious things here, glorious treasures that I went right past because I was focused on this person or this job or this success or whatever. So I'm pausing on the backtrack to say the backtrack can be just as glorious, if not more glorious. You know, when you get over the, oh no, I've wasted all this time, or oh no, I've wasted all these years. You know, sometimes it's easy if you spend a long time with someone and then you separate. And especially I know as women, but sometimes I'm sure as men, where you're like, oh my gosh, I spent all these years on this person. Like I spent my last young years on this person or whatever. You're feeling old or whatever. I've felt that way. But then I'm like, you know what? There were some beautiful times in there, beautiful occasions, like awesome memories, like went to awesome places and connected with an amazing person, you know, and for however long that we did. You know, it's easy to get hung up on what didn't work and what wasn't right and, oh, this wasn't my forever person or whatever. But to be able to acknowledge the beauty in the journey, and maybe this was the way I was supposed to go all along. You know, maybe I went to Kolob Reservoir for an activation. I drove through a little mini twister up there. And I just saw some pictures of some crazy gnarly tornadoes in the Midwest right now. And God bless all those people that are experiencing that. But I'm driving through and the dirt on the dirt road starts tornadoing in front of me with the wind gusts, and I drive right through it and I feel this little like this, just the energy of it, right? It's a little vortex, it's a little chakra point, you know? And I was like, dang, maybe I drove all this way for that. Or for that moment at the lake. Or for this return. You know, I drove past here and I was like, that would be an awesome place for a video. Right there with the field and then the freaking beautiful background of Zion. Which Zion is also meant to mean where we all come together and we enjoy paradise on earth. That's Zion. So wherever you are, whatever part of your journey or path or backtracking or wherever that you're at, you can always look back and see the beautiful, beautiful things, the treasures that brought you to this spot, the people you've met along the way, and most importantly, the growth, the inner growth and development, the greater sense of purpose, all the deep feelings, even the uncomfortable ones, that has deepened your personality, that has deepened your sense of self, so that you can go forward now a bigger person, a bigger, more complex and textured, multi-dimensional being. And it's all beautiful. And so we can meet here together with all of our stories and so forth, and we can create a new world together right now. And we do that with every relationship we have. It's not like this bigger picture thing. You have to narrow it down and say, how am I with this person? Can I bring unity here with this one other person, whoever it is? I was at a concert the other night and I sat with some people, and somebody made a derogatory comment about one of the political groups in the country, and I'm not going to really say which one, but not really like wanting to get political at all, just wanting to bring it back to love. I was like, he said something like, the country's dividing. And I'm like, well, we actually divide by every word we say. We actually divide the country or the world with every offering of our voice, of our vocal commands. The wind is like playing music on my kombucha bottle. And we can decide unity if right there, when we notice that we're about to judge or condemn or separate, we can right there love that about this person too. Find the good. Everybody's got some good in it. Even the things that we seems like it's horrible, the good can also just be bringing our attention to a part of reality that needs prana, that needs love, that needs appreciation, for the good stuff to grow, the heart stuff to grow. And we've needed both polarities to alchemize this reality into a new one. So we also have to appreciate the negative charge, because it's 1 + 1. It's a positive and negative equals a neutral. So that's where we're going, is through to the unity point, Brahma, the center point. And it's actually existing for you in the center of your home right now, in the center of your space, in the center of your being. There's a Brahma point, there's a God point, a vortex, a mini little tornado, hurricane, like whirl of energy that can bring you to 0 point and presence you now with me, with nature, with the planet, and appreciate this now so that we can go to the next glorious heavenly expression together. Okay, I could go on and on. I'm being inspired by the rocks and the colors that are spread out before, the little white as I'm driving along. There's a little purpley, flowers just coming out here. I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for this beautiful world, this beautiful, beautiful world. Wherever we are, we can find beauty, even though there's a lot of stuff going on, breaking down the old system. There's a lot of beauty. There's a lot of beauty. So just in case you're wondering, this is a Mamachari raw kombucha, the lemon ginger. I got it on special, so it's actually pretty tasty. Okay, if you loved this video, come again, like it, subscribe, share with your friends. Let's gather, let's celebrate our life and our life force together. Let's learn what it feels like to be present in our body with all of it, and we will make the world a better place. Okay, love you. Namaste. Okay, one more little add-on as I leave Zion's National Park, Kolob Terrace, and head back. I wanted to just mention that I finally got Wi-Fi back, and I may have missed the turn that my friend was trying to tell me. So in case you're watching, friend, I don't want to throw you under the bus and say you gave me bad direction. I may have gone the wrong way because I lost signal and I lost the pins that were dropped for me on the map. So anyway, sometimes we go off on our own little lost adventure, even if we've had a guide or we've had a teacher to share something with us. We don't always get the message right, and we have to learn our own way. Whew, there's like a million bugs out here, so I'm going to sign off and see you next time. Thanks again. God bless.